Every story has an author. Every author has a story. Join us for off-the-page interviews, inside stories, and a look into the world of publishing. This is Page Turners. Hi, welcome to Page Turners. I'm Hilary Kennedy, and today my guest has had a wide variety of fascinating jobs, from working for a newspaper to serving in the Air Force to working on a presidential campaign. But his latest endeavor has been to write the life story of an outlaw turned philanthropist. Asa Dunnington, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Okay, so your book is called Selectively Lawless, The True Story of Emmett Long, an American Original. And the last time you were here, we talked about the origins of your book and the content, but today I want to continue the discussion because you kept all of these stories in your mind for the past 49 years, and you've just now published Emmett's story with Brown Books Publishing Group. Give us a little brief synopsis of the book.
Selectively Lawless is a story about a 14-year-old boy who walked off a cotton field in Texas where his family were sharecroppers, determined not to do that again. As a matter of fact, he told his brother and sister as he was walking off the cotton field, "I'll never do this again, but I'll be back. When I come back, I'm going to have money and a new car." And over that period of time before he returned, he built the first part of his fortune and the beginning of his legend.
Wow. So did you keep notes over the years as you were writing down Emmett's story, or what did you do to remember all those little details?
No, it was just etched in my mind for the day that I could release it.
That's incredible. You had it all filed away, ready to go. Well, so how long did it take you to actually write the book after keeping it in your memory for all that time?
When I got the call from his daughter and I knew that it was a go, I couldn't wait to sit down at the computer and start writing. I wrote 12,000 words in 10 days, telling the whole story. But I knew that that wasn't sufficient for a book, and I knew we had to find a ghostwriter. So I found a ghostwriter who expanded the book to 60,000 plus words.
That's great. Now, are there any fictionalized characters in the book, or are these all real people?
You know, Oklahoma has an abundance of characters. So there was no need to fictionalize anybody. They're all real.
That's fantastic. It's nice when you read these. I mean, the truth is stranger than fiction most of the time, so it's nice when you read these stories and realize this actually happened to someone.
Right.
That's incredible. So what was your writing approach to writing dialogue in the book? Because it was from a specific time period.
That's probably the weakest part of my writing talents is dialogue. So I give the credit for the dialogue in this book to Bill Maddox, our ghostwriter.
He really just was able to kind of hone in on what the voice would be
He
during
was
the time.
amazing because he did a lot of interviews of from people that I didn't know to add to the book. And through the interviews and through our conversation, I guess, he really picked up Emmett's personality. And the dialogue that he has in the book with Emmett speaking, it was like it was Emmett.
Oh, that's so neat that he was able to really hone in and develop his real character.
Yeah.
Well, so what was your experience like publishing with Brown Books?
This has been a fun ride. With Brown Books, I have an abundance of people that not only really know what they're doing, but they're as anxious for the book to be a success as I am. And it's a fun ride.
It is. It's exciting when you have other people that are just as pumped up about your book and your content as you are. So how did you get started in writing and developing that as a craft?
I always had a way with words, I guess, especially one-liners. But I was the sports editor in high school. I wrote sports covering local high school activities for a daily newspaper in Southern California, the San Gabriel Valley Daily Tribune, and I even wrote poetry for a while.
Oh, wow. So you're kind of a romantic then. Well, so you've been writing for a long time, but you publish now later in life. So what would you say to people who, you know, are wanting to maybe write and have these dreams and goals in the second half of their life? What advice would you give them?
Don't let go of your dreams and goals. You don't want to be able to, or have to look back and say, what if you don't follow these? And just don't let go of your dreams.
I love it. I love that you've done this. This is so neat. So what would be the greatest audience for Selectively Lawless?
Oh, golly. Those that like biographies, those that like history, those that like stories about prohibition, and those that like fascinating characters.
Well, everything that I've heard about this book has me hooked. So what would be your dream goal for the book?
Very simply, a bestseller and a movie.
I can completely see this becoming not only a bestseller, but a movie too. This would make a fantastic film. Asa, thank you so much for just joining me and telling us all about the book, Selectively Lawless, The True Story of Emmett Long, an American Original. This has been really, really fun.
Thank you. It's been good being here.
Well, and we hope you've enjoyed this episode of Page Turners. Please join us next time for another episode.